So how can organizations both reinforce what should be common standards of integrity across the organization when it's global while respecting each employee's right to their own opinions or their preferences?
Yeah, that's hard, isn't it? Uh, and look, and it's not just global companies that face this. I think we've all recognized the power of diversity. At Airbnb, we used to say, that what makes you different is what makes you so valuable, right? Each person brings a different perspective to the table. I would hate walking into a meeting where everybody looked like me. That was a problem because that meant that we were going to be missing a whole lot. So the challenge is, in the old days, you might hear phrases like, well, I don't know if we should hire that person. I don't know if they would fit into the culture, right? I kind of like the idea that somebody might be different and might bring a different perspective to the table. That diversity, I think, helps you make better decisions. On the other hand, it creates a challenge where if we have such different perspectives, we all need to be getting along and working together as well. And I think one thing that unifies people at a company is its purpose. If you might be members of different political parties, you might have different religions, you might have had very different upbringings, but what motivates you to join a company is you believe in what they do. You believe that what they do is good and you want to be a part of it. And that's got to be the unifying theme for everyone. And then you have to try to find ways to work through some of the differences. Now, I'll give you a very simple example. One question that we asked at Airbnb one day was, can you hug anybody at work anymore? Right? Now, this was pre-COVID. Now, obviously, in a COVID world, you can't. But in the post-COVID world, too, in light of everything that's gone on with Me Too and sexual harassment, can you hug anybody anymore? And we thought about that. And it was funny. I asked that question in some parts of the world. And the answer I got was, well, Rob, of course, we hug everybody every day. We give everybody a hug and a kiss on the cheek. That's our custom. I asked that question in another part of the world, and I got a very different look. I got well, of course not. That's not what we do. But the approach we took as a company was touching someone else is an act of consent. You need to respect someone else's body. And if you want to make sure you've got consent, you can look to the other person's body language. If someone comes up and says, Rob, it's great to see you, then obviously the person's good with a hug. If someone says, Rob, it's good to see you, and holds out a hand, or today an elbow, then that's fine too. But I think it's about respect for the differences. And I think if you start out with the respect for the difference and the understanding that the differences are what make the company strong, you're in a better place.